Me too.
It happened to me too.
It happened to me too.
And it happened to me too. This is my story.
Their stories flooded social media and painted a picture of just how many people endure sexual abuse and harassment every day.
Sexual harassment seems everywhere. It is a problem. Is it just that we're recognizing it for the first time, or is something else going on? Could there be something of a moral panic? In a recent piece for the New York Daily News, she warned that the Me Too phenomenon will soon mutate into a general vilification of all men everywhere.
It happens in Congress, too, according to one member who is sharing her story under the hashtag #MeTooCongress.
The chief of staff held my face, kissed me, and stuck his tongue in my mouth.
California's Jackie Spear says her Me Too story happened on Capitol Hill, but in the 1970s when she was a low-level staffer.
Kansas Democrat Andrea Ramsey will drop out of the U.S. House race after a sexual harassment claim resurfaces. In a lengthy Facebook post, Ramsey brings up sexual harassment charges brought against her in 2005 by a male employee, while she was the EVP of Human Resources at Lab 1. The Kansas City Star says the employee claims he refused Ramsey's sexual advances and, in the end, fired him for it.
This picture is everywhere. Al Franken, at the time a comedian, groping a woman who is asleep. He released a statement saying he made a huge mistake with that picture, writing to tell her he had no excuse, which, she says, she accepts.
Over the last few weeks, a number of women have come forward to talk about how they felt my actions had affected them. I was shocked. I was upset. But in responding to their claims, I also wanted to be respectful of that broader conversation, because all women deserve to be heard and their experiences taken seriously.
People make mistakes. I mean, I'm not calling for him to step down.
The man who wants to be the next U.S. Senator from Alabama is taking a much different approach to his allegations. A former judge aggressively grabbed her behind while she was leaving his office.
That day he done that, he scarred me for life. I was vulnerable from the start, and he was in a position of power. He wanted to take my power so he could feel powerful.
That avalanche of accusations against Donald Trump.
The allegations are decades old, but the women say they are coming forward now because Trump claimed at the debate on Sunday that he had never sexually assaulted women.
Well, what's the difference between the many accusers against Donald Trump and the one accuser against Al Franken? Not that numbers matter, but there does seem to be a double standard. This is what Sarah Sanders, the White House press secretary, said.
Specifically, Senator Franken has admitted wrongdoing and the president hasn't. I think that's a very clear distinction.
I think it's ludicrous. He's basically saying never admit to it, and then there's no standard. It's ridiculous. It's like, I'm glad Senator Franken is going through an investigation. I think we should have an investigation for Donald Trump and the myriad accusers he's faced. And the fact that he wants to attack other people when he has faced accusations that are the same and, multiple numbers of accusations is ridiculous. I don't know how Republicans defend this.
The 5-term Congresswoman argues the same boys' club culture exists today because Congress operates literally by its own set of rules.
Leadership. I'm so proud to join my colleagues on both sides of the aisle today. And I myself was sexually assaulted by a guest of the United States Congress, and I had no place to turn. So here I find myself 4 decades later in Congress working with Jackie Spear, who had a similar experience when we were on staff together. And I just want to give a shout out to the Me Too campaign online and just the difference that has made in the environment. We're seeing extraordinary social change over the last month for us and for many people working here right here on Capitol Hill.
These survivors are sharing their personal stories of harassment and assault online. Many of the women spoke to, we say they are reliving painful personal traumas while hoping to break the cycle.